Do, 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 do. Okay, I am live. I haven't done this in a while. Okay, guys, I know I'm going to take a minute to have people come in. I haven't been around for quite a few months for many, many reasons. I'm doing this on a whim. I am not looking to start more drama. I'm not looking for no one to come after me. I'm going to say my piece because I feel I have the right to do that. I dumbfounded in things that I heard that are told. Those that believe it, you can believe whatever you want. Who I am. I have nothing to hide, but it just shows me who you really are as people, especially to those that I have never done, talked to, said, or shown any of that stuff towards. And I have my own proof and my own truth. So, that said, I know I'm going to wait a few minutes. And I just need to bring up a few things. Give me a minute because I forgot something. Oh, I didn't even know that was playing. There we go. I just want to go to my page. I'm going to tell you, I have no hate in me anymore. As the past months went by, I was very angry. I was very hurt. I was very depressed. I was this. I was that. I let everything get to me. I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm going to look at it and laugh it off now because, again, I know who I am inside. And I don't need to prove that to you or the next person or that. I just need to worry about who I am and what I go through and the people that are in my life that are close to me and worry about my son. And that's the first thing I'm going to address is my son. Because I do nothing but protect him of being a single mother. Eric is well taken care of from the day that I've had him. And my condition doesn't affect him besides that he is educated. But Eric has a life and has everything possible going for him. And I can prove it, and I don't need to prove it to you. All that matters is that little boy has everything that he needs, fed, clothed, and is happy and taken care of. And for anybody to say things that they have said to me or went against me or accused me of or thought they had the audacity to think to make reports that are fake and I can prove are fake because I waited to this moment and got this piece of paper in my hand to prove they were fake. So that just shows whoever did that is a disgusting human being. And that's what I will say on that. Okay. And I see people in there. I'm sorry, I'm not saying hello to you guys. So I see Carolyn and Tina Lee and Lisa Ann and Dan. I was gonna say Davis. And I've missed all of you. And I miss game night. And I miss doing things with you guys. And I was genuine with that. But I had to protect my son first. Because I will address one person, I will name that person all day long. And you would think it was the one person that I would think I would mention, but it's not. Her name's Monica. You're a snake, a disturbing person. The lies that spew out of your mouth, and I have messages. I won't play them, but I have messages of threatening and harassing of me. So if it wasn't you, you were pretty close to doing it and damaging it. But if you mention my name out of your mouth again, there will be hell to pay. So you could take that with you because I don't care what you say. I have never done it. I prove it. I have evidence. I did nothing to you. It's the only time I will mention your name. But I have nothing to prove to you guys besides that my son is involved in things. He's in music and loves it. He has friends that pick him up. Because I don't have a vehicle right now doesn't mean that my son is isolated, limit interactions. I'm controlling. I make feces on my wall and whoever wanted to accuse, because I can tell you that nobody comes in this damn house besides my mother, me, and my son. And if he has a play date. But anybody that made a phone call and said that they came in this house, yes, I'll tell you during the pandemic that my son did have a condition. But you want to know how many kids were affected during the pandemic? Many children. You know what I want to know about a parent of me? As soon as my son had an issue, I was on the phone with his doctor and it was cleared up within a week. So to lie about that, when I know the 1-2 people that I spoke to about that, because again, I will speak about it because you know what? It might help the next person that doesn't know about it. And my brother is a psychologist. He knew about it. There's an actual name for it. I can't pronounce it. I'm not even going to go into it. But you know what? As a mother, everything's documented. So I do that because I cared about my son and things that were lined up. But that was between me, the school, the social worker, if it was needed, the doctor, and somebody I was close to. But to use that as a false allegation, you're disgusting. So I'll put that out there. I can show you that I have a piece of paper that there is no harm done. It wasn't a DCF case. Whoever wants to think to call my son's school up, which has never been said on this channel, of a name of where he goes, but you want to play private eye and think you could call his son's school up and cause trouble that I am very involved in with his school. A PTA mom, a room mom, does everything, trips, crafts, you name it. And you think that you could call the school up and make an accusation like that, and I have the recording of the report? You're just a despicable person that wants to hurt a child for no reason. And my son loves each and one of you and thought highly of you. And when he thought that, he wanted to know why. Why would someone do that? And he heard it because I had to speak to him too. And thought it was plain out disgusting. And if you want to call controlling to have a schedule and put your child on a schedule and have rules of limitations of how many hours you could be on a device and how many times that you have to get your homework done and you don't get your tablet or your computer until your homework is done, that's called parenting, not controlling. So if you don't have a child, most likely that person doesn't have a child and wants to say these things. Educate yourself before you make a comment. Okay? I'm sorry, see you. Lots have been going on and why I haven't been around. And I chose to stay off YouTube. Nobody pushed me off. I chose not to go back and forth and battle it because it would just went around and around and around and around. For anybody that jumped on the bandwagon or whoever they wanted to email and make it, I'm going to name another person right now. And again, I'm still not naming them one person that I should be truly pissed at. But CPR, you're a disgusting human being also. And the lies that spewed out of that mouth and was told is awful. Because nobody has pushed that man. That man wrote to me and I didn't know who it was, sending me craft ideas. And the day that he had a medical procedure that he had only told me and one other person. And I talked to on the ride there and back and everything. And that he wanted to start drawing. I sent him a pack of paper to let him start drawing again. And then he started calling me. And I always had somebody on the phone when I spoke with that man. Not once have I ever taken advantage of that man, asked that man for money or anything. He wanted to send me a blue little spear from another channel. And I told him not to because he said it was the last of his gas money, but he felt he had to send me something. And I said, no, you don't. And he still did. Well, that went in the trash because things that people do, things that have no meaning to me. And it's disgusting. I had him part of my group of people I spoke to make him laugh and be happy and feel part of. He kept coming to me, asking me, how do I say things in a chat? And I would say, you just say thank you politely. You don't need to go in depth or make a sad story out of it. I said, you don't need to beg. People adore you. Other people had said things and thought it was disgrace of things that people said in the chat many, many times. And it was talked about. Not everybody's going to like anything that everybody puts in a chat. And that other person is not innocent at all. That other person has a lot of shit to say, but will hide behind it and make it that she calls people out. but is the biggest person to talk about all of you. So open your eyes on that one. But CPR, you have done things that were disgusting that people have said proof and everything. And you had an attraction towards me. And even said that you got a heart on due to a picture that you saw of me. And that was the day that I started not answering your calls. But you were still invited. And I slowly just didn't answer your calls. And you stopped calling me because you felt something was up. And I called and had a conversation with you and made sure that you understood there was nothing more. And then you called and you left me messages begging me for a friendship. And I just kept it at arm's length. But I never, ever put you down. I never disrespected you. Never took advantage of you. You would say one thing, I believed whatever you said. That was your life. I didn't care if it was true or not. It didn't affect me. If you asked a question, I helped you. And many people wanted to be your friend. And those people that were your friends didn't go away because they were my friend and didn't want to be your friend. You did that on your own. Rosie, you could just leave because I've never done nothing to you. You want to go spill your truth. You want to go make fun of me. Have at it. I'm not talking about you. Okay? If you want to come in here and be drama-free and have fun, go for it. I have every proof and every text message from CPR. Okay? I never told him once not to go into no channels. He came to me and told me he didn't want to go into a channel. Just like I told everybody else, you can go wherever you want, be friends with whoever you choose to. I don't want to be involved. CPR is hard up, wanting, lonely, and friends. And I can prove it and have it in black and white. But I said after today, this will be done. I'm not going to live my fear in life or look over my shoulder for the next person. Okay? For the other one, we both decided that we were not going to be friends no more. We both didn't see things eye to eye. I'm not the one that spewed her truth or her stuff, and I'm still not going to say it. And the people that I was accused of saying it to have said it wasn't me. And the person that told them has admitted to them that it wasn't me, and it was him. And the same time, she went over there and bought up something and did another live on another channel and accused me again and bashed me, was cleared up by somebody and was talked to again and said it wasn't me. But will she come and retract that? No, she will not. She won't go on her live and say that it was untrue for her to say the things she said. Why? Because she can't. She won't. Why? So that shows the type of person that person is. To call me a penguin, any of that, I did none of that. I have no mask to hide. You want to call me a drug addict, whatever you called me? No, I take my prescribed medications. Look up what RSD is. It is a condition. I've had it since I was 23 years old. I am 41. I had it in my ankle that is bought out full blown having a child and other accidents that has happened to me. You cannot make your legs swell. You cannot do that. I also have pinched nerves in my neck when I go in and out. It's because I lose blood flow to my brain. I have it all documented and all through doctors. I go to enough doctors and everything, and that I go now can't go because of a car that I will do on my own. I don't need a GoFundMe and a boohoo and people to go putting up things after that. Okay? I will do it, and I always have done it. For anybody that's done anything for me, I appreciate it, but I've never begged, asked, or pleaded, or expect it. But I have done just as much for the other people as those people have done for me. Yes, I take methadone. Methadone, you guys here, you might think that it is an addict drug or what, but you're wrong. Educate yourself on that one too. Okay? And I can prove that, I have drug tests that have come back because you can't be on that if you have, you can be on it, but your drug tests come back, you're not going to get bottles. I have worked hard to get my own bottles, not to have to go. It is used for pain. I've been on every pain medicine out there and have been on the high dose, but my pain and what I have is very high. And there's many days that I don't take it and I push through. And there's many days that I'm exhausted because I don't sleep because of my pain and my swelling and the blotches. And I've made fun of myself of waddling and said I was a penguin. So you didn't offend me on that. Because my way to get through my pain and my discomfort and to push through to care for my son is for me to make jokes and pick on myself and say I'm waddling like a penguin. Here I gotta go and keep myself going. But there's a lot that affects me a lot. I have not had the easiest life, but I've not had the worst of life. Okay, I did a lot going through workman's comp for 8 years, going from no money to $120 a week to nothing again, to fighting my disability, to very limited income. And I was a hard worker and I had jobs and I had my own business and things that I can't do because all I do is stand and I will swell. And the pain will get so bad because I push myself so much until I can't no more. And there's people that know that. I will never, ever be unappreciative for what someone had done to me, but I pulled my weight there, and a lot of lies were told there. And I'm not going to go hash it back and forth. But if that person could live with themselves because they want to better themselves by lies and get people to be on them, go for it. Have your truth. Go live, talk about it. But I'm going to say is keep my name out of it because I haven't mentioned your name. I have no reason to. It's over. Have your own people. I don't want those people that are in your chat, in my chat. But I'm going to go live. I'm going to go do game night. I had joy. And the people that I talk to, I don't use. You don't need to protect. They will tell you themselves. They're the best people that have been in my life. And don't put me down and care and worry about me. Just as I do them. That I have done for them. Unlike the person that I thought was a person and just backstabbed me more than you could think, but wants to put it on me. And the most hurtful thing is a person that I enjoyed doing what I did for in the chat and spew lies because they didn't want me in there. And that person has a conscience and wants to do that. Well, I know a lot too, and I'm not going to go there because he does a lot good for things. But at the same time, he's a coward and a liar himself. And he got evidence, email it to me because I want to see it. Because I know what's on my criminal history. And everybody has a past, but that doesn't affect me on here and never has. I took a thing when I was working in a job that I loved, that I climbed at a time that I lost my father. Yes, I got arrested for it. Yes, it was a misdemeanor. It didn't affect nobody but my life. I was 23 years old. And that person knew about that. And the other person knew about that. So you want to do a background criminal check? Go for it. Because I've been divorced. I was in a car accident. That was on there. That I rear-ended my own vehicle. Because my husband stopped short. And the cop, put it in there and took care of that, but I'm the one. Both vehicles were in my name. I took the bait and I had to pay for it all. I rear-ended him because he stopped short at a light. That's on there. But I didn't get charged. There was nothing, whatever, it's there. So go ahead and run my criminal because I know who I am. So that does not make me a criminal. I've done nothing to nobody. I've never injured anybody. I've never hurt nobody. I've never stolen from nobody. I don't take illegal drugs. I barely leave my house now because I don't have a vehicle. I get medical cabs to some of my appointments because of where I live. There is no bus route. My son is not isolated. My son has the best of everything, like I said. He has friends that he goes to on playdates. He started Boy Scouts that I had to take him out due to your guys' problems, and I had to be here for certain things. Which, again, I have the paperwork right here. But after today, I'm not going to talk about it no more. I'm not going to listen to it. Oh, and that's the other thing. No, I have not been in a single person's chat out of those 3 people. Well, I could say the one that was just in here that wanted to come in, but oh, no, you didn't. Whatever the hell she wants. Okay. That I went in hers one time to hear that one live, but I was told to go listen to other lives. I didn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the voice. I don't want to hear the lies. I don't want to sit here and get upset. And I sure, from the day that I got called to tell me, not even from the person that should have called me, call and tell me that I was not going to be a mod no more. I didn't even go and check to see if I was, and I haven't been in that room, and I deleted it hours before that live and blocked the channel from all of them. No notifications, nothing from that day. I have no need, no desire. I have barely gone on YouTube and have just started going into someone else's room. I have been doing me, my son, and taking care of it and not letting it put it behind me. So from here on out, I'm not going to keep addressing little details and that, but for that person to call and go tell people my past and this and that, that's disgusting too on that part. Because that person can't even call me and confront me. So again, there's a coward with their tail between their legs. So keep on holding it, because if it keeps up, I have things in place. But from now on, I'm going to say, yeah, it's a cease and desist, and you can laugh at me all you want and go take clips. And I'm going to tell you, anybody out there that's listening to this and that she wants to go clip my words and go put it in another video that aren't even true and replay them to make it sound a different way. And if you go and believe that shit and don't go back to my video and hear the way I said it, then that's the type of person you are. So I'm not playing that. I want to come back and I'm going to do game night. I will resume it probably on Wednesdays. I can't tell you exact day. I want to finish the game that I had. I have other things I want to bring back. Okay? There will be giveaways. There will be fun. There will be no drama. I will interact with you in the chat. I have the people that are close to me. And if you want to be part of that, you can come in here and have a good time, have fun. And that's that. But if you have drama, keep it somewhere else. Go in your own channel and create your own drama. Because I can't handle it, and nor do I want it. And keep my name out of your mouth. I'm not the other channels that want to keep having drama and all this. I know who I am, and if you do like me and you do know who I am and you want to be a part of my channel, great. Come, have fun. But that's all. I'm not going to address this any further. But if any of you think that you're going to attack my son again, that's what angers me the most. You're going to have another thing coming. Because this mama bear ain't going to tolerate it. My son's a great kid. He has his moments. Every child does. He pushes my buttons. Every child does. Does he like school all the time? No. Does he do his homework? Yes. When he comes home, he has rules called structure. But if he didn't, they would be doing homework at 8 o'clock at night. I am not doing that. My son, yeah, I let him stay up a little later. Some people might disagree with that. But I know kids around here that stay up way later than my son. So, unless you have a child, unless you have a certain way, don't hypocrite, don't come at me, don't criticize me. Because my son comes home every day from school and tells me about his day and talks. Has his downtime, has his dinner, and in between that, he has to take his shower, his homework, his teeth, and all that, and before he can have his tablet or computer. And then he has to be off of it 45 minutes, half hour before bed, and then some downtime. So if that's controlling, I don't know what you mean by controlling, but it's not. It's called structure. And you know what? My son does better with structure than a free-for-all. Okay? Some subjects he likes, some subjects he don't. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I sure didn't care for reading and spelling or writing. I loved my math. I'd do it in a heartbeat. There you go. I still push my mother's buttons at 41. We all do. Okay. And you want to tell me that I abuse my mother and I do this and that? You want to twist that? No, it goes both ways. Me and my mother don't see eye to eye all the time. But that's because she's old school and I'm more this era. So sometimes, no, we do butt heads. Yeah, me and my mom don't see eye to eye. I'm not the little girl that she wanted in all frilly and bows. But that's going to happen at times. But things have changed. Things, we do what we want. Exactly, Putt. Exactly. Hi, Peggy. I hate it, Matt, and I still do. See, and everybody has their moments, yes. And me, I can do math all day long in numbers and love it. Okay? But I'm not going to tolerate it no more. I know my truth. I know what I did. And I know where my strengths were and where my weaknesses weren't. I never said I'm the most perfect person in the world and didn't have my moments and didn't say I didn't fall asleep once or twice on the live. But when you're bored and no one's listening to you and you're overtalked, you put your hand on your cheek and you fall asleep. Okay, I can say that. But I could also tell you when my neck hurts and it clicks, I could go in and out and not even realize it. There you go. Hi, Pam. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. I could do snacks all day and love it. Yes, Dan, you know, I could go on and on and on and on and on and address many things here, but I'm not. I'm not going to relive the past and keep going back and nitpick this one and that one and that. And let me go see who wants to give me some evidence in this or go write a poem about it, about people that didn't even say things that I didn't do, about another one that would bombard me in my messenger, but I wouldn't email back or want. It was pushed to be friends because they were in Connecticut, but I didn't want to be friends with. And because I just cut all interactions and I have all those Facebook messages. Why don't you want to talk to me, Kimmy? Why are you not talking to me, Kimmy? Kimmy, why are you ignoring me? Kimmy. Oh, but then turned around and said all these other things. Oh, because they want to be up somebody else's ass. Well, guess what? You could stay there. Stay up that person's ass. See how far they get you. Okay? But I don't want it. And I'm not going to have it. You want to be fake? Be fake. I have a special needs son that hates school. He should have graduated last year and struggling to graduate this year. Language arts is the worst subject. Every child pushes parents, but yes. Yeah. And that's what kills me the most. That you thought that you could accuse me and say these things, and you're going to go and call DCF and say, oh, because my mom's there, Eric's taken care of. Well, guess what? I take care of my son. My mom was just in the hospital. My mom has her own problems. My son was with me. He got to school, came home. He fed 3 meals. 90% of the time it's me. Yeah, my mom will help me. My mom will be in the kitchen and she'll make him something to eat, but that's grandma. She'll be out doing her shopping and she'll bring home something for Eric. That's a grandma. But everything that Eric has is because of me. I go without. My child gets first. Okay. But I'm going to address it one more time. Whoever decided to call DCF and make those accusations over a child through the pandemic that got an issue, that the next day was addressed, that was ashamed and was hiding it, didn't want to tell me because he was afraid for himself, he was insecure over it, that we got him right back. And I'll tell you, yeah, my son lost his bowels and had to be retrained because he was nervous. He was anxiety ridden over this virus. He didn't like it. He didn't know what would happen to his mom, his only person that took care of him. That if I got it because I have an immune system, an autoimmune disease, that if I had gotten it, couldn't know which way to go, and I can't get a shot, I can't this and that. I'm not going to relive and hash it all. But yeah, but you know what? The doctor called. We put him right back. My son has no problem no more. So he had a mess in his pants that I had to go take care of and this and that. But whoever wanted to go turn around and say these feces all over my house and acted like they came in my house and that I apparently had poop all over my walls and all that. Because not once, and I've lived in this house since I was 2 people. 2. There's not feces on my walls. My house is clean. I might have boxes here and there since I started doing YouTube and all that. But guess what? That was during the pandemic. And the first thing I did was help and made a plan and figured it out. And then made a plan in school to make him feel COVID safe to go back. Not an issue anymore. Do I have time walking? Yeah, I could have walkers. I could have a commode in my room. I don't pee in towels like somebody wanted to go say, and my mother cleans them up. Come on, people. Try a little better. Okay? My son knows everything that's wrong with me, my whole condition. I educated him. Sorry, I had a little CPS, yeah. And you know the one thing is, I'll tell you with CPS now. Dan, you did, Dan. I ain't going there. They don't even call it CPS anymore in Connecticut. They have 2 divisions. So anybody with false accusations now, they're going to do a family assessment first because they know there's a lot of false accusations. And they came right in here. There is no need for further services. They met with my son and me twice. I recorded the accusation of what was said. And it was ended. It was ended before Christmas. I didn't say anything till now because I wanted this piece of paper just in case the one of you wanted to come out here and just turn around and say, oh, she's lying. So I waited for the paper to come in the mail. And it took them that long. But I got the paper. I made many notes throughout this month. And all that. And I could go and I keep things popping in my head and I could just keep on going. But I'm not going to. And call this person out and that person. If you could live with yourself for the shit that you said, live with it. Do you? But you know what? Karma will come bite you in the ass. And it will just prove. Because I watch and the circle is just going to keep coming through. So, have at it. But leave my son alone. Leave my family life alone. Because that has never been on here. And it never will. If my son chooses to come craft with me, he chooses to. Never forces him. Yes, I am a perfectionist. That's not controlling. But I also let Eric do his own work. And I do my project. Okay? And that's him. I know. I remember. Yeah, you had an excuse. I didn't got it when I was 8 years old. See? It's a thing. It is. And there's a name for it. And I didn't know it. And my brother was a psychologist. And he told me the name. And I could look it up. And there's, and it's all due to stress. And wouldn't have it any of us have been stressed or get worked up and we lose our moments. How many women have to having children sneeze and they pee their pants? Do we make fun of them? Come on. No. So why make fun of a child through the pandemic? And I didn't even discuss that. I know who I discussed that with. And I discussed it with that person because apparently that person was told to worked with children with needs like that. So whoever wanted to share that business, have at it. but I have no reason to not share it. But I will tell you that my son was hurt to lose some of the people that he adored and cared for and looked forward to, and jumped and ran and couldn't wait to go see them on live and everything. And he made up his own mind, and I didn't have to tell him much. But he was disappointed in those people. And children know. And I don't hide anything from my son. I'm trying to find that name, but it's not going to come up. But it has to do with your fecal incontinence. There's a word. It starts with an E. E-O. Yeah, I'm not even going to be able to say it. But I'll spell it. It's ENCOPRESIS. Also called fecal incontinence or soiling. Occurs when constipation in the stool is impacted into the colon due to stress and anxiety. And there's many causes of it. And I didn't know anything about it, but I educated myself. Called the doctor. Okay. And guess what? It was easy to solve. Easy to talk about. Easy to get him on his wants and his worries and his things. Well, yeah, IBS is more of a child. Thank you, Dan. Yes. And the people that are in my life, Eric adores. And he comes running to talk to you all the time and looks up. And I pushed away because I felt hurt and didn't want to bring any of those people down because I thought they would get backlashed. And it did a few times. But you know what? Those are real people that really cared and they stuck by me. And my son adores and had the best holiday. And we have many laughs because of them. And my shark video, you want to make fun of or whatever, stay off my channel. Don't watch it. And if somebody else posts it on their channel and it's me, that's because they're my friend and they can. Yeah. He loved that shark. I did that as a joke and had fun with it. And that person went with it and posted it and I didn't care. Okay? I'm who I am. And when that kid got that gift, oh my God, to this moment, he's still running around the house with it. Okay? But if I'm overtired and don't get sleep, you're not going to see me on here. If I'm having a moment, my friends have rescued me, I'm going to say I have to go. But I'm going to tell you that I do have a pinched nerves in my neck and I can't get to my chiropractor. That's no excuse. I can only get medical rides to some places. And some places aren't allowed to go. Don't ask me why. But I will get back there. The shark video is not on my page. Somebody did a short. You always put Eric first. First all of the time. I have been here for you. You are a great mom. Thank you, Carolyn. Dan, you don't always wear what? I don't know what else more to say. Besides that, I'm working myself up and I'm not going to do it anymore because I've had so many flare-ups more than I have had because I let it bother me and cry and hurt and angry. And when I hear something come out or someone comes running and tells me that this channel said this, I don't want to hear it. Please don't tell me no more. Don't. Thank you, Peggy. And it might have taken me a while to learn who's real and who's not, but I don't need fake no more. And my new rule on here, my friends are my friends that I have close, and I'm not afraid to be known who those people are. And those people made up their own mind. Nothing that I did or showed or told them not to go here or there. That was their choice and what they chose to do. And they have their own minds and their own decisions and their own eyes. And I want a community that wants to be here to have fun and laugh and have a giveaway and real and no drama. And if you want to send an email, that's fine. I will email you back. But I'm not going to talk about nobody. I'm not going to mention nobody. I'm not your therapist. I'm not gossiping. I'm not going to talk on the phone. I'm going to save myself and keep who I am. And the people that I've made friends with here, those are the people that are still in my life. Cammie, I have missed you too. And I apologize those have reached out to me. And I have not emailed. I was nervous because any little thing I said, it was twisted. And people that I cared about and I helped was twisted because they want to be on the popularity side. So see, there you go. See, Put knows what I'm talking about. I know you did, Cammie, and I apologize for that. But I'm back. And I was worried about this and that. And I have great mods. And I have a great bunch of people behind me. And I have people that I'm not going to name names. But I have somebody that did an awful lot of work to stand by me over here. And I went through my channel and cleaned it up. And those people don't come in. And if they do and they find a way in under another name, they'll be blocked. And that's that. Because there's people that I thought were really good people. And because they want to be on the popular side and they don't want to be miscalled or this or that, that's fine. It's fine. I don't need you. I've never done anything. People that said that they make their choice by knowing me and they're not going to judge by what people say. And I've seen people do the complete opposite. Have at it. But I'm not going to be another Barbara or another this one or another that one and come on here and cry and tell you something's wrong with me and I need your help and no. Because I've never done that and I'm not going to do it. I will talk about my condition. It's a real thing. It's not weirdness. And that's my truth. That's what I go through. It's not fun. There's many things that I would love to do that I have not done in a long time because I can't do. But there's other things that I can change, and I made improvisions and do. And one thing I did was connecting with all of you on here. So I want that back. I miss it. I miss seeing the highs and all that. And I don't need high numbers. I don't need to have hundreds of you in my chat. I like the small intimacy of it and the talks and the game nights and the laughs. So when I figure it all out and I know who's behind me and wants to come join me on game night, I will bring it back. I have that one murder mystery. I will bring that back. I've been working on things and making things. I am going to get downstairs and fix my craft room back up that I neglected. And all the things that I had for sale, I will bring back. I will do sales. It's going to take a couple months, but I will bring game night back. And if it's not, it won't be this week. I got to make some plans. It'll probably be the following week. And I will make a plan with my friends and figure it out. But we started that game at, I think it was AK. I know it's sitting over there. I packed a lot of things away because I was hurt. You got it, Laura. And that's what I did enjoy. And, like I said, people that are insecure or unhappy in their life have to make things to go against somebody. And Lisa Ann got a job. Yay, Lisa. So, Lisa, you going to start staying up for game night now, too? Awesome, Laura. Well, if there's different games, I take suggestions. We can mix it up. It doesn't have to be the same game. I have a printer now, which I am in love with, that I missed. And I have other things in my mind that I want to do and challenges. And I don't want to be afraid to have my son walk in here and say hi. Because that was the other problem. What time do I start it? Do I have to wait until he's in bed? And then it's 10 o'clock. And then some of the time change. That makes it 9 for them, 10 for me. Or if it's 10 for them, it's 11 for me. Or if I want to start it at 8 or 9. And my son is pretty easy to go to sleep. He's now 11. That if I say, okay, half-hour TV, he'll turn it off and go to sleep. That I can do that. But I just don't need no bashing. But my son does enjoy it and pop in and say hi. And I'm not going to hide my son either. But I did tell my son to stay in the other room. I was doing a live. And I wanted to get this out. And then once I said my piece, I said again, I'm not saying it again. I'm not bringing it up. If it is in my chat, it will be deleted. Oh, yes, Cammie. Many times, if it was not a school night and Eric was up, I was ridiculed. That kid should be in bed. I'm sorry. If he's not got a school the next day, Eric will sleep in most of the time. It is none of their business. I don't parent anybody else's child. Exactly right. If it's a school night, we got a problem. But usually Eric is in bed no later than 10, and I don't even like to admit that. I try 9:15 to tell him to turn it off, and 9:30 usually everything's off. He's in bed. If he can't sleep, I make him sit there and go try, and he'll come back in a half hour later and he's wide awake. We all have those. I know how it is not to sleep. But my kid gets up and gets to school every day. On time. So, and he's never late. He doesn't miss days of school. So, we all sleep in when nothing is okay. But at least I do. Exactly. They cancel school for my kids tomorrow. Well, you're in Texas, so it can't be a snow day. Why are they canceling? Shadow. Ay. I sit in my butt all day. Somebody needs to call DCF on Lisa. She sits around all day. I just got out of bed an hour ago. Oh, no. We need to call and report all these people. How do you guys? Yep. No. Oh. Yeah. Well, my school. Wait a minute. So yeah, that's right, Cammie. Eric doesn't have school tomorrow because of Martin Luther King. So. I know what you meant, Carolyn. Because it's under 70 degrees. Wait a minute. I'm a little confused here. Because it's under 70 degrees, they canceled school. Do you not have heat in your class, in your schools? And you don't have Martin Luther King Day off? I'm confused at that one. I thought everybody had Martin Luther King Day off. But the end, I'm learning not every state has the days that we get off. So, yep, Eric will be home tomorrow. And, here's another thing. Eric's taking the school bus. He didn't want to, but he is because my mom wasn't here. And you know what? First couple days he didn't like it, and now he wants to. and he's loving it. So he's going to have to take it next year because the school's further away, and that was the deal anyways. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that either. So you want to come at me that, people? I'm just going to make jokes. I told you that's how I am. So, well, bed was the warmest place to be. It's -7 degrees. Do they have school there? Hey, how did you do that one, Putt? That doesn't have a boss. I like that. -15. Oh, Lord. We had snow here. It was snowing, but only flurries. Didn't amount to anything. We have a winter storm. No, we don't have Martin Luther King off. Interesting. We're now under a winter storm and my car won't start. This weather stinks. My car don't start, not because of a winter storm though, but that too shall be fixed. It's going to be 19 here. Wow. Yeah, I'm shocked that Lisa Zans doesn't not have school in general. Guess in Texas they don't do that. Hey Google, what's the temp here in Connecticut?
The current temperature in Hartford is 35 degrees. Due to current wind conditions, it feels like it's 25.
Well, I'm warmer. Heat wave coming tomorrow, 2 above. Peggy! Well, it's not as cold, but it is cold here. But I'll take it. We're under -50 degrees. Laura, where do you live? -50 degrees. That's cold. That can't be right. Is that a typo? Well, we know it's not 50. It's 42 now, and you're going to go down to 19? Wow. I didn't think Texas got that low. I'm learning something new. Oh, the wind shield was -46. Aha. I'm so old that I remember when the polar vortex was called winter. Well, Putt, you're in Canada. I remember teasing Putt too. I gotta bring back the clown jokes. I watched the thing on Canada and I watched the snow just pile up. And it comes very quick. I would not want to live in Canada. Oh. I said I would come on here for 15 minutes. I ranted for about 45 minutes. Dan, let's not go there. My kid's been out of school a week and a half due to being sick with COVID and strep. But good to be back Tuesday. But good to go back Tuesday. There you go. Well, I'm glad that they feel better now. That's a knock on wood that I have not gotten COVID. I'm going to knock on wood on that twice. Nor has my son. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Yeah, Buffalo has 2 feet of lake effect snow. Aw, me too, Cammie. You've been on my mind many, many times, Cammie. Need Putt on panel for game night. That would be funny. I don't know if he would come. But I know there'll be lurkers. I know they'll be out there listening. Have fun. Because that's not me. I'm going to say that again, too. I will not, and I have not, gone into any other rooms or listened. Unless somebody had it playing in the background is where I would hear a glimpse. And then I would ask for it to be muted. Oh, wow. North Dakota. I love knowing where everyone goes, knowing where you all live and learning different areas. Because I never really was into that until YouTube. I made so many notes on it, and I'm just, like I said, I'm not going to address. I have dates and things and comments and petty little shit like putting Dan in the corner and I moved it to the shed. You know what? I'm always going to tease Dan like that. I was married to Dan and divorced Dan 3-4 times now. 3 inches of snow. Canada isn't that bad in winter as long as you don't live in the prairies or where there is a lake effect snow. Oh. Dan, did you watch the game last night, Dan? Dan and his football. Exactly, Carolyn. I did the same. I can't take, there's no reason to go on here and lie. There's no reason to go on here and fake an illness and poor me and keep it going and having these tit for tats. And we all know the people that are fake. We all know the people that are going to pour me in the thing. And play games with people and the poor me card in the chat. I'm just not going to do it. Kita from the Bay Area. Well, hello and welcome. This will be the only time if you're popping in and you're hearing or you're seeing me live that I'm talking drama. It's all behind me now. I will be doing game nights. If you're new and you want to subscribe, you please do. I do giveaways and I love doing them. I had some cool things. Yes, I will have crystals. Yes, I'm going to address that one more thing. Here we go. Here's one thing I do want to address. I told you things are going to pop in my head. Anything that I'm selling on my channel is either I made, or I had bought, or I had sent to me, and I have invoices of where they came. Awesome. Well, welcome. They were not bought on Temu, and I can prove it. Okay. Anything that was bought on Temu was for that tree house that was made as a gift. And it was being built, and broke my heart that I didn't get to do it on here. And and I'm very proud of myself how it came out. Even though I cut corners, I changed things. I was hurt. I still did it. I minimized it. And I did it for the reason of who I was doing it for and why. And then it came together in the end and tweaked. And everything was put on there. And any money that was sent in was put into that treehouse. And any items that were not used were included in the box and sent. So I did not keep anything of anybody that sent money and purchased. It still went. So that was when it was a Temu moment. And I do buy off Temu. I buy a lot of craft things off Temu. I buy for me. And you could get a lot of things off Temu that you could buy off Amazon, the same items. It's whatever you want. But any crystals, I can prove where they came from. And I have invoices. And that was all to help me get a car. And yes, I am going to show them proud and clear. And I didn't take anybody and try to copy anybody. I had a life before that person. I didn't always discuss things. I didn't get to be my true person with that person either. And I was meek and quiet and felt that I couldn't say certain things. And if I said something, it made me feel I was dumb and little things. You know what? I'm not going to be that anymore. If I know something, I'm going to discuss it. If I want to share something, discuss it. If I'm going to be made fun of, like everyone does with me, go for it. I embrace it. I make fun of myself. Because that's how I get through. I have anxiety. I have depression. I have RSD. Yes, I take my medicine. But that's who I am. And I discuss it because I bring awareness to it. And I brought awareness to it, and I met somebody that had my condition that made me feel great. And I really hope that person continues to show back up. And I see them in my chat again down the road. And time will tell with that person. But I didn't go and get them because I was trying to copy somebody. because other people have done it and they didn't get bashed for doing it. And if I pronounce a name wrong or my accent comes out wrong, or I say draw, not drawer, or idea, or what's my other famous word that I can't think now that, that's the way I pronounce things. I try. But you know what? You guys talk and I hear your voice, you're going to have an accent to me, depending where you live. So, sorry. You're going to sound different to me, like I sound different to you, but I'm not going to make fun of you for it. Why are people so against Temu? Shouldn't matter to anyone where you buy your stuff. You had a need, Kimmy. You were doing the best to fulfill it. Thank you, Kimmy. And I still need it, and that's what took it. And you know what? I was doing it for me. Me. I was doing it myself. I wasn't asking for a handout. Which everyone knocked me for GoFundMe because, you know what? I'm tired of seeing everybody else out there that poor me and have this condition and have that, and they need to put this on their table. And they could pop up a GoFundMe. And I could address so many other things. But at least I was doing it and making my money, and I wasn't taking from nobody. And I wasn't pricing things wrong because I could show the price that I paid for it and what I adjusted it to. So I can make a little bit, you cover shipping, and it got to you, and it was legit. And you can buy your stuff anywhere you want. Yes. And, Pacific. Yeah, there we go. Pacific. I ain't even doing it. Nope. And I missed my Hey Google. Oh, no. No. Okay, it didn't listen to me. I'm going to unplug that on game nights. And I didn't pretend to be nobody fake and make up fake accounts. And no, I have 2 Facebooks. I do not have 2 YouTubes. My Facebook is, I have a personal, which I have taken it where my last name is no longer out there. If you find me personal, that's one thing. But I have a Crafting Kimmy Facebook that I link to my YouTube. I have no problem, in my last name. I have no problem, it's out there. You Google me, you're going to find it. You like me, you don't, you don't. There's the door. And I tell anybody I meet, there's the front door. Leave your drama out on the doorstep. You can come in and hang. And when you leave, pick up your drama and keep it with you and keep going. Just don't bring it into me. And that's how it's going to stay. Kimmy, you are a true clown at heart since you make fun of yourself and your medical condition and not make fun of others and their medical conditions. Well, I think, I'll take that. Hey, maybe for Halloween, I'll become a Google Kimmy Does Rock. I'm going to be a clown. So, I'm going to do me. I'm going to leave it like this now. I do have to go make dinner. Oh, wait, I got to be a mom. It's 5:30. I feel much better. I opened up. Like I said, I'm not going to address it. If there is somebody else there going to go out and there and going to retaliate, because I had that too. I was afraid I'm going to be attacked. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. You know what? You're just evil. You have an evil heart. I'm not going to go there. Oh, yeah, it's 4:30 there. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate everybody with the kind words. Next week, I will work hard this week. I've been doing a lot of diamond art. I want to bring crafting back, but I'm going to bring back game night first and chit chats. And we'll go from there. And anybody that's behind me, you're welcome. Anybody that's not, just keep going. So, thank you, Tina Lee. I appreciate all of you. I do love each and one of you. So, keep it real. Be kind to one another. You never know what somebody else is going through. So just respect. And that's all I can say. So on that note, guys, thank you for listening. Like I said, from here on out, it's only going to be fun, laughs, and a good time. So look out. I will put up some community posts. And I'll see you next week. Love ya.